Well, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to the two fighters here. We fight 4 by 3-minute rounds at the welter weight limit. Introducing to you first, standing across in the red corner. He weighed in officially 66.45 kilos. He wears the black trunks with the purple writing. He is a record 17-0 in the Muay Thai ring. Tonight, he makes his much anticipated professional boxing debut, trained out of the Hadat Muay Thai gym at Ipswich. Please welcome Albert Baby Yard Tua! And his opponent standing across in the blue corner. Tipped the scales, 66.35 kilos. Trained out of the Stretton Boxing Gym by Glenn Rushton. Brings to the ring professional fight record, 5 fights, 4 wins, 3 big wins coming by way of knockout and just the 1 draw. Brisbane, give it up for Andrew Hunt! Referee, third man in the middle is Mr. Alan Simpson.
Righto, boys, we've gone over the instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time and protect yourselves at all time. Shake hands, back to your calls.
Two very good friends here, and as mentioned, Andrew Hunt is actually Albert Tua's barber. I think this is the first time I've called a fight where that's been the situation, but it's a fascinating one. They are both southpaws. Hunt, a very impressive boxer on the rise, and Tua, an extremely impressive Muay Thai fighter on the rise. A pair of southpaws, much shorter shorts though for Tua, as you can appreciate.
You reckon he's giving him a bad haircut and he's here to pay him back? We've all had one of them, Ben, haven't we?
Yeah, we certainly have. Hunt, though, stalking at the moment. As I mentioned, he looked extremely impressive in the early stages in Bendigo until his hand went. And again, he's throwing plenty of shots from all sorts of angles. He'll come at you with uppercuts. He'll reach out with his lead hand, and he finishes off over the top there with a nice left hand before he catches a shot from Tua.
Of course, both being southpaws, they'd be predominantly used to fighting right-handed fighters and positioning their lead foot to the outside. So tonight is a bit of an adjustment for both of them, obviously being both lefties. And I think Hunt is probably equipping himself better at this point, using that jab nicely as well. They're going to have to employ that jab a lot more than they normally would against an orthodox fighter, of course. Yeah,
a lot of shots being thrown in the early stages of this one, and now it's a slows for a moment, and Tua it is that reaches out, but good head movement from Hunt, who rides the punch and now stalks again and jabs himself. Tua just flat-footed for a moment here, and Hunt goes hunting. Good little return there from Tua through a nice combo, mainly to the gloves, but he'll get confidence from that.
Seeing Hunt also just probing with that body shot, just measuring his distance beautifully as well. And Tua is a very evasive Muay Thai fighter. He's going to have to use that head movement in particular tonight, not just the legs, but the upper body bobbing and weaving, keeping the head movement happening all the time, which of course in Muay Thai he doesn't need to as much.
Big ask for Tua, making his professional boxing debut against someone like Andrew Hunt. He's stepped up big time here. And he's doing pretty well in the opening round of this one. Still a minute remaining in round one. And a good shot there from Tua with the right hand.
Talking to Tua's trainer, Nick Trask, at a hard out Muay Thai in Ipswich. They knew this was a big opportunity for Tua, so they took it. And, you know, he's very much the underdog, but you know, here to put on a show and show what he's got. Big shot there from Hunt.
Yeah, big left hand he threw, and now he goes to work, does Hunt, and the hands go down from Tua, refuses to cover up, uses the head movement, gets away and comes back nicely. A nice body shot too, with the right hand that finished off a combination from Tua. Back to the jab goes Hunt, and Tua counters again. Nice fast hands he has in counter.
Hunt staying busy on the outside, Tua landing a nice one too, but needs to probably up the work ratio a little bit more, I'd say, Ben.
Good left hand, he finished off that one too with Tua, and he's impressing in this opening round as Hunt now just backs off and allows the round to finish, and they smile and end a very good opening round of action, and they're pretty happy in the Tua corner as well. Big smiles.
Well, it'd be a lot of nerves, you know, big pro debut in the boxing on short notice. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose, everything to gain for Tua. And geez, he's done well in the first round, hasn't he?
as we have a look at some of the highlights, and there were plenty in a big round of action this opening round, and we're just set for the 4 3-minute rounds here. But what are the adjustments that Tua does need to make coming from Muay Thai into the boxing ring for the first time?
I think he'll need to keep his legs obviously nice and deep, and he's doing that as well to change his level, his head level, keep moving on the outside and not just be stagnant. Obviously with Muay Thai kickboxing, you've got to set yourself to launch your kicks. You're basically obviously throwing out on one leg. Now with the boxing, he can move a lot more. He can have that upper body movement happening constantly. And he's adapted quite well. I'm really impressed.
It's turned into a good matchup, this, particularly given it takes place on the card that it does, with the boxing legend in Anthony Mundine against the Muay Thai kickboxing legend in John Wayne Parr. And we're seeing a Muay Thai fighter here making his pro debut and looking good as he takes a body shot from Andrew Hunt. Does Albert Tua.
Nice one too. Tua guarded well by Hunt. Hunt just stalks forward, very deep in his stance, probing with that lead jab, which is lining up the rear left cross for him nicely as well, Hunt.
Nicely on his toes too is Tua, bouncing around and just flat-footed there for a moment, and Hunt had his moment. Beautiful. Now he goes on the attack, but the head movement's outstanding from Tua, and he's out of there.
His defensive footwork is working a treat. Albert Tua, talking about a pro debut, no amateur boxing career, so how good is this?
It's extremely impressive. They're two very skillful fighters, these. And there is a lot of movement. They're covering every single centimetre of this ring.
Nice switch back on the footwork there from Albert Tua as well.
Covering up well is Hunt and moves the head. Stays away, tries to throw his own shots, but he wears a couple from Tua. He likes these lead uppercuts, and there's another encounter it was from Hunt. It got through.
Got a beautiful rear hook, Hunt, as well. So he's looking for that rear hook. 1-2. Got to throw back a little bit to it. You can't just rely so much on defence. He needs to be offensive as well.
He's relying on his head movement a lot here, and you get the feeling that Hunt might find him at some point if he keeps doing that. But he fights back well there, does Tua. Gets through with his own 1-2, and those are his shots. Just slowing down, though, ever so slightly here in round 2 is Albert Tua, who takes a couple from Hunt.
Of course, Hunt, amateur record of 94 fights, 73 wins. That's credentials right there. He's done his time in the amateurs. Now he's turning his hand to the pros, obviously, and doing it beautifully as well. What a great prospect he is also.
He really is, and should he get through this fight tonight, Andrew Hunt, he's got a very big booking for December 18 on the Jeff Horn, Michael Zarafa rematch undercard, and they haven't announced that opponent just yet, but I can tell you it's a very exciting fight. He needs to get past Albert Tua, though, in order to get into that fight, and so far so good. Tua looked really strong in the opening round, but he's slowing down here in the second.
Yeah. He's looking a little weathered now, Albert. Unfortunately, I think the long shots from Hunt and that sharp rear hook has paid a bit of a price on Tua's head.
They're putting on a show for the crowd too, these two, and Hunt comes back, used his head, ducks out of the way and sits down on the left hand.
And again.
The hands go down from Tua. He's taking shots. And we end a big second round, but the writing might be on the wall for Albert Tua. He's still there punching, and he still looks the goods, but gee, Andrew Hunt punches from all angles, and he punches hard.
He's been in wars before, Albert Tua, and he's come out on top, but this one is going to be a big mountain to climb for him. Hunt just landing that big rear shot, the straight left hand, and that tight, short rear hook beautifully. Possesses a lot of power, and can work his range as well. As I said, he sets off his lead beautifully, then rolls that rear off. Mark of experience there, as I said, 94 plus amateur fights, plus the pros now for Hunt. Big ask for Albert Tua, but you got to give him props just for stepping in.
Yeah, you certainly do. As we mentioned from the start, it's a huge ask. Going in against a prospect like this, at short notice as well, making his professional boxing debut, and he's doing a good job, is Albert Tua. And if you're just joining us, a pair of southpaws here. And it is Hunt in the long black trunks and the significantly shorter trunks of Tua. in that previous round. Tua just slowed down enough to be picked off a few times by Andrew Hunt, who eases himself in here to round number 3.
You've got to say, though, Ben, Albert taking this fight on a few days' notice, and he's performing like this. Imagine if he had a full fight camp.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's got a future wherever he pursues it. Unbeaten, as we've said, as a Muay Thai fighter. 17-0, but he's got some boxing ability too. Moves his feet well, incredible head movement, and now he just finds himself in this corner, and again it is that movement that gets him out of trouble as Hunt goes on the attack again.
Of course, Albert Tua, a regular on the Eruption fight shows up here in Queensland. Probably the best fight shows in Queensland, the Eruption shows, and Albert always fronts up and has success on them. Coming off a win, his last fight was October 26th. Big win for Tua.
Good moments, and Hunt pressing the action here in round 3 of 4.
Looking
to
confident.
Measure.
He's looking confident too, Hunt.
He is. He calls him on, and Tua says no. Yeah, he went the distance last time out with Ankush Huda. A big favourite in that fight was Andrew Hunt, but found himself in with a tough opponent and in with a busted hand as well. No such trouble here so far, and he's boxing nicely and entertainingly as well, is Andrew Hunt.
Just keeping that forward pressure on Hunt. Again, stalking forward. Tua lets the hands flurry, but good guard from Hunt. Big pop off the rear, and then nice tidy hook off the lead from Tua again, slipping out, having a bit of a play with the footwork, just getting comfortable. But he needs to up the work rate, get some more convincing shots happening as they bomb.
Hunt takes a shot, but gives one back.
The head, back of the head.
And he looks to the referee, does Tua. Alan Simpson said something, distracted Tua.
Just a warning for the punching to the back of the head, apparently.
Good shot there with the left hand from Hunt as Tua tried to shrug out of the way, and there's another and a third. Good moments for Andrew Hunt. Reaching is Tua, but moving backwards and nicely, Andrew Hunt. He does that well. It's dangerous, but he evades the shots when he does it. Now he leaps.
Stop!
Leaping right hook. The leather gets pounded as they end the third round. Nick Trask calling for Tua to be more active, and he probably does need to step up the scoring, because at this point, I think on our scorecard, obviously he's slightly behind.
Yeah, you would think that he's lost all 3 of these rounds so far as we have a look at the replays from that third round of action. The first was tight. You can make a case for Albert Tua in round 1, but 2 and 3 pretty clearly to Andrew Hunt, I would think. And that leaves him with just 1 to play.
It's going to be all or nothing in the 4th and final for Albert Tua. He really needs to have a crack and let the leather fly.
He'll do that. That's what he's been doing, and he's done a good job whatever happens here, as Albert Tua coming in at short notice on his pro debut. Andrew Hunt in fight 6, the 22-year-old from Queensland.
Backhand.
And an embrace ahead of round 4. Good chant if Albert goes up. He's got plenty of friends and fans in the house.
Made the trip from Ipswich. Give him a bit of support. Try and will on a victory for him.
Bit of posturing here in round 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now Tua
Combo,
goes to
yeah.
work. Good stuff. Hunt gives some back. Closes the distance well, does Andrew Hunt, when he wants to get inside, but Tua's footwork is good and he can evade and move.
A little bit of redness there to the left-hand side of Hunt's face as well. Tells us that Tua's landed that shot, so off his rear. They just he needs to get a bit busier. The dancing's good, but it doesn't score unless you're throwing punches behind it.
Underneath those shots is Hunt. They're both wary of each other's power, no doubt about that. They're both leaping from distance as well. Very athletic fight so far. And they're having fun. You can tell that they enjoy this.
Great sportsmanship from these two. And nice working from both as well. 1, 2, 3. Lets the flurry go again to her. But Hunt again front foot forward. Closing the distance, looking to engage again. Double right, double rears thrown by both.
Tua just went orthodox for a moment but didn't throw, and then he sat down on that shot and looked for something big, and he probably needs it with a minute to play here in the final rounds. Covering up is Hunt, and Tua hunting now for a big left hand.
Oh.
Big right hand it is from Hunt. Back comes Tua, good action in the neutral corner. Now it's Hunt against the ropes, but he gets on his bike and moves, and they infight for a moment, and Tua gets the best of it with a body shot.
Calling
Hunt
him
calls
on.
him in.
Putting on a show for the crowd here at the convention centre. Absolutely loving this one.
"20 seconds left in this fight."
Oh,
Big shot there from Tua, but Hunt wore it well.
the lead again. Hunt stalking forward, gets busy with his lead hand. He's got good reach on that right, and there it is.
Really good action, a good fight between these two. Albert Tua on debut, Andrew Hunt, very impressive again. The crowd enjoyed that. They've cheered it to the end bell, and they've seen some good action between two young southpaws with plenty of skills, plenty of athleticism, and plenty of ability as well. Take us through the highlights from the final round, Hammer.
Just having a look at it again, a lot of head movement. Both guys showcasing their evasive skills, but Hunt trying to just nail the big shot. Tua really needed a knockdown to be back in this one on our scorecards. He put up a brave battle, but it was just the experience of Hunt, I'd say, that's going to get him the points here. But what a debut for Albert Tua. This kid's done it all in Muay Thai. He's certainly one of the hot prospects. And tonight he's shown he could have a bit of a crack at boxing too if he applies himself. This is his performance on a week's notice. Imagine if he puts in a good 8 or 12-week fight camp. He'll certainly be able to bring some dividends.
Yeah, I'd love to see him in action again at full fitness, because coming in at late notice, he wasn't expecting to go 12 minutes of constant action with someone like Andrew Hunt before the call came. So, yeah, there's a future for that man, Albert Tua. No doubt about that, and there's a big future for that man, Andrew Hunt. And as I mentioned, he has a huge fight booked on December the 18th back here in Brisbane. An announcement coming on that soon, but I can tell you it is very exciting. So we'll be seeing plenty more of Andrew Hunt. We assume, of course, he's going to get the result here.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised if it went a different way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, I think even the red corner know that it's an uphill battle, but they certainly come on and put on a show. Nick Trask and the guys from Hard Out, they always come to fight, and certainly they did that tonight.
Next up, we'll be seeing Mitchell Whitelaw in action. He always comes to fight. He's up against Letty Letty. But we'll go up, we'll find out these scores, and then we'll hear from both of these fighters with James O'Shea.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, put your hands together for these two boys. They have you plenty of entertainment. They deserve a round of applause. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Paul Williams scores the bout 39-38. Judge Phil Gregory scores the bout 39-37. Judge Rodney Marsh scores the bout 39-37. We have a unanimous decision, and it goes to the blue corner, Andrew Hunt.
39-38, 39-37, 39-37. A unanimous points decision for Andrew Hunt, and about the way that we saw it as well. A good performance from both of these fighters. Let's hear from them with James.
So, remember, we've got Andrew Hunt with me. We might grab Albert as well. I think they both deserve a chat. Now, congratulations. Well, first of all, you're his barber. Is that right?
Yeah, Yeah, I've been following his career for the last 2 years. Man, when I found out that I'm fighting him, I was buzzed out, so I had to message him if everything all good.
So, as I think the boys said in commentary, what, did he give you a bad haircut or something?
No, it was a pleasure fighting him. I've been watching him for a while now, and I knew he was good. I was like, oh, I'll just take it anyway for the experience, Took it on a week notice. Had no fitness, but it was good. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of his performance? A bloke on a week's notice, never been in a boxing ring. Do you think, will we ever see you in a boxing ring again after that?
It's possible. Yeah, possible. Yeah.
Enjoyed yourself in there?
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Experience is good. I love it. Yeah.
17-0 in Muay Thai, so is that where we'll see you next?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And what did you think of Andrew Hunt? So again, he's a young man, obviously, that's considered one of the top prospects in the country, to jump in with him tonight and trade hands.
Oh, like I said before, it was a pleasure fighting him, But yeah, it was a good opportunity for me, Thank you everyone for supporting me, coming out, supporting me. Thank you guys. Thanks to my trainers, thank you.
Well, let's go to Andrew. So, as I said, for a man who's, we know his credentials in Muay Thai, to jump into your combat zone, what was that like?
Oh man, look man, after what he displayed tonight, I couldn't believe what he put on in this ring. I'd never think he was a Muay Thai fighter. He fights like a real professional boxer, and big ups for him taking this fight on such short notice. Man, big ups to him. I love him.
You had a lot of fun in there together.
Oh, bloody oath. It was worth it.
Another win for you, so we continue on the journey. So your career continues to progress, so you pass another test here tonight?
Another step. So let's go back to the drawing board at the gym and see what's next for me.
What is next for Andrew Hunt?
I don't know. Oh, Jeff Horn's undercard, so that's a big step next.
Okay, so I'm guessing we'll see an announcement anytime soon, so you'll be on that undercard?
Yeah, bloody oath. I'll be announcing it soon. Yeah, big fight, and I can't wait. Got to end the year big.
So a big fight coming up December 18. We look forward to the announcement of that. What, you're not going to tell us?
Oh, secret.
It's a secret. I'm sure we'll learn soon that's what's coming up soon. And young one in here with you as well, that means a lot to you.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Having the young one in here with the ring with you here tonight means a lot to you, obviously.
Yeah, it feels good showing it with my little son, so, yeah, weird.
Put your hands together for the two of them, ladies and gentlemen.